Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming to this Kilche. Is there a translation?
No translation. Everybody speaks English, understands English.
Okay. So you all are really lucky because you have three really great teachers for this retreat. It's not easy to meet three great teachers like this. Unfortunately, it's not us three. It's old age, sickness, and death. And even though we try to keep them keep them down below the office, they sometimes intrude into other parts of the temple. You probably noticed that. So when the Buddha saw these three things, of course he knew about them, he's not stupid, but they really shocked him. In other words, they affect him in a way that we call a kind of before thinking way. So you probably notice the more you think about these three things, the less they get resolved. That's kind of interesting. So what that points to is that these questions are not like usual questions, right? Usual questions are about if we go to Home Plus, where are the cookies there at Home Plus? So today we were able to ask a person that worked there where the cookies were, and sure enough, there they were. Now, unfortunately, there's another kind of question. In fact, the most kind of question is not a question like that at all. It's what we call a before thinking question. And that means that thinking about it isn't going to answer the question. So when the Buddha encountered old age, sickness, and death, right away he knew that he wasn't going to be able to ask anybody the answer to the question. He wasn't going to be able to read about it in a book, right? So that means what he's encountering at that point is a before thinking question. So unfortunately, most of the important questions in life are not thinking questions. They're before thinking questions. So everything in Buddhism is about suffering and taking away suffering. So no matter how much you like the clothes, these are pretty cool. No matter how much you like the statues and the way the walls are painted and the chanting and all that kind of stuff, that isn't going to help you. Also, reading books and listening to talks like this, they're not going to help you. So in the end, the Buddha knew that he wasn't going to move to a library, right, to figure out these questions that were this question that was confronting him. So instead, he went and, as it says in the temple rules there, he sat underneath a tree. So I don't know if he ever sat underneath a tree for very long, but it's not the most interesting pursuit in the world, right? They don't mix up any really good drinks. The food is terrible, and the conversation is non-existent, right? But he went there for a reason, right? His reason to go there is to look inside. So his technique is very, very simple. Any idiot can do this. In fact, it's better if you are an idiot. And all you have to do is look inside, look inside, look inside, look inside. Boom! Something will happen if you do it sincerely. So as it says in the temple rules, that why you're doing it is important. So we're not here to prove to the other monks and nuns that we're great, or you're not here to prove to us that you're great. You're here to do a job, and that job involves strong application, a just do it mind. So you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. what you know, what you don't know, how old you are, anything. What you need to do is cut off your thinking and look inside. Then something very interesting will happen. As the Buddha said, everybody already has it. But, and that's really wonderful, everybody already has the answer hiding inside them. But you don't know it. And because you don't know the answer that is inside you, you suffer. And every human being suffers. In fact, the whole world suffers because of human beings. So what you need to do is make your direction clear, why you're doing it. You're doing it to help the world. And what you're doing is taking away the suffering of the world. Then you need to just do it. Thinking is not going to help you. So this is a not thinking retreat. Although it's not thinking that has a clear direction and a reason why it is. That's a great vow. Then when you attain that, you can help the world. So even when the Buddha got enlightenment, a God had to come down from heaven and tell him, hey, what are you doing sitting here? You have to get up and do something, right? So that's our big job. We're not here for ourselves. We're here to help the world. But we're part of the world too, so it's a win-win game. You don't get into very many win-win games, right? So thank you for coming. Just do it, then you get it. Thinking, 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 you'll just get a big headache. You already had one, right? So do something else. Just do it, then you get it. Okay? Thank you.